I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Courtside Soundoff podcast. Once again, I'm Josh and Angel Ortega. As always, welcome by the one and only man of the hour, too sweet to be sour. We got a lot of stuff to talk about this week, and by a lot, I mean a little bit. It's my friend and yours, Angel Ortega.
Is she mad at me?
Yeah, the dog's pissed. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, guys. I mean, few sponsors of the show as always. Rogue Energy, ELYXR, and BetMGM. Rogue Energy keeps me filled up whether I'm at home, I'm at the gym, or I'm watching some fights. Man, they can help me stay awake and get there. They can help you as well with code Soundoff at checkout. Code Soundoff at checkout for 10% off of all their amazing products. Meanwhile, ELYXR, they're gonna get you really high with their Delta 8, Delta 9 products. Once again, code Soundoff at checkout for 10% off of all their amazing products. All caps when you spell the brand's name at checkout. Again, code Soundoff. Lastly, BetMGM. Guys, it's a football season. It's a football season. Our fantasy league's officially going, but if you're trying to throw some money down,
Is day one Friday or is it gonna be a Monday night?
Day
well,
one-
not Monday, obviously.
we have the Thursday game.
Thursday game.
Philly versus Dallas.
Wait, do I have anyone on my lineup? I haven't even looked. I need to start.
I don't think I got anybody in my lineup for that game, but I know I got Mahomes, so
You know, the week we play, it's gonna be an insane
gonna
amount of
be
shit.
a
talk on
lot of
this shit.
toxicity. It's gonna be a lot of toxicity. I mean, I don't even know. Obviously, I don't even know half the people in this league. Not gonna lie, but Malik, if you're watching, you're a bitch. You're gonna lose this week. By the time this goes up, we'll already have some games underway, so this could age very, very poorly. But yeah, I mean, we've already, guys, the NFL season is officially going to be getting underway this week. By the time we're listening to this, games will already be going on. So yeah, go ahead and follow link down below.
Oh yeah, dude, I got
BetMGM.
Jalen Hurts.
Oh, that's right. You got Jalen Hurts. Yeah, man.
So we're gonna get to see how he does.
The defending champion, Philadelphia Eagles. Look, I mean, hey, not everybody can go to 3 Super Bowls in a row like the Chiefs. So, I mean, we'll see how they do. It is kind of funny that people online will try to, make fun of the Chiefs. And it's like, dude, I don't care. Like unless you're, a Patriots fan, you can't talk to me. You know what I mean? That's just kind of the way I view it. Come on. The guy Mahomes is more likely to make the Super Bowl than he isn't. You know what I mean? He's only not made the Super Bowl twice in his career. It's insane.
That's actually insane.
He's made the Super Bowl 5 out of 7 years as a pro or something. I guess technically 8, but he didn't play the first year. But whatever. So if you guys want to make some money, you can follow the link down below. Go to BetMGM, throw some money down on the Chiefs to win, if we're being honest about it. I don't care. I understand every offseason I have to hear about the AFC West. They're better. The Chargers are better. The Raiders are better. The Broncos are better. It doesn't matter. There's only one, man.
What was the thing you would always say? Everybody can beat Patrick Mahomes, or is
everybody can beat Patrick Mahomes until it's time to beat Patrick Mahomes. That's the truth of it. Josh Allen's better until it's time to beat him. Lamar Jackson is better until he has more wins himself as a quarterback than Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow combined in the playoffs.
Is that actually, dude?
Yes, it's 17 playoff wins to 14 or some shit.
Yo, that's actually a wild stat.
And then, dude, it's so funny how they change it, bro. I swear to God, all the time online, rings matter above all else until it becomes Mahomes. And then it's actually, if you look by game stats of these last 18
Josh,
games specifically. Oh my God, yeah, they're trying to rig games for the 27th smallest market in the league, dude, because that makes total financial sense.
Is that actually a statistical fact? Did you actually pull that out of your ass?
I think we're 24th or something, but you get the idea.
How many
We're a
teams are there in
top
the league?
32.
32.
I'm 99% sure Kansas City is a bottom 10 NFL market just by virtue of the population. So that's why when people are like, oh, they're rigging games for Kansas City. It's like, dude, do you know how dumb you sound? Dude, if the NFL were rigging games, it'd be Dallas. It'd be LA.
Vegas. Dude.
It'd be Vegas. It'd be makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to me, guys. It makes no sense.
I'm really intrigued.
You're looking into it. You're delving into the stats.
Seventh smallest market.
7th small. Yeah, dude. It's crazy to me how that ever became a thing, dude. I understand that sometimes referees are bad.
22nd.
Yeah.
Or not 22nd. Fucking 24th.
Yeah. So I was off by 3, but still, it's dude, come on. If you think the NFL was rigging games for Kansas City, you need to go talk to somebody because you need therapy is what I'm saying.
Don't get me wrong. I love our city. I love both states that we're in.
Yeah. Like I love my home too. The more traveling I do, the more I'm like, I can't see myself like moving out of Kansas City.
Dude,
Like,
I've talked to people. I think I told you the guy who towed my car like a few weeks back when it shit out on me. The guy was from California originally.
Yeah.
And obviously, I did my whole California.
Yeah.
Obviously, I had to. And he was like, I'm in total agreement. And he grew up there. He grew up there. And he said obviously he's like, oh yeah, I mean, I grew up there. I love it for that reason.
Yeah.
He's like, you add all of that into it though. He's like,
oh yeah.
He's like, something that I really like the Midwest.
Yeah.
He's like, it's a pocket. It's its own little pocket of greatness here. He's like, it's a nice little hidden gem. Hopefully people don't fuck it up, is what he said.
Yeah. Hopefully people do not move to Kansas City. That's all. Do not move.
Well, after the World Cup, we might not have a choice.
I know. But yeah, I mean, the older I get, the more I'm like, God, I can't see myself like moving out. But at the very least, the Midwest. I can't see myself moving
somewhere.
I
think I have to stay in the Midwest. I don't think
I'd have to say in the Midwest. I mean, I would like Minnesota. Minnesota's a beautiful state. I like, I like Kansas City, obviously. You know what I mean? So I ain't got no beef with a couple other cities, but
at the same time, dude, I told myself like I went to like a sporting game on the Sunday. Like it was busy, but it wasn't like
no.
But dude, like. If I wanted to go like an Austin FC game, or I lived in California, I wanted to go, dude, like the level of traffic, the fucking pain in the ass, it would have been. Like I was so easily just able to go to a game Saturday night, and then that same night I went out into Kansas City, took an Uber, 15 minutes, I was there, fucking 10-minute Uber back home. Like I was able to do all of that day. Where if like I was in a bigger city, it wouldn't have not been that easy. Yeah,
like whenever I was in like Miami or whatever, like obviously getting around is a lot different than getting around in and even in like Dallas or something. Like Dallas isn't like a
fucking dude.
Dallas is huge, but you know what I'm saying. Like,
and then the drivers are fucking insane,
dude. The worst drivers in America.
Texas drivers are
the worst drivers in America. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I think about it. Sometimes I think, no, driving's bad here, and then I go to like, and honestly, I'll say this: I was in Oklahoma too. I think it might just be a southern thing because everybody drove terrible down there too. So I think it's just a southern thing, maybe. But yeah, I mean, very very funny. But yeah, shout out Kansas City, shout out the Chiefs. Go Chiefs. By the time this will be up, I think the game will actually be happening that night. So hey,
yeah,
if you guys want to make some money, make some scratch, go and follow that link down below. Unless you
I keep forgetting, who they playing week 1?
We're playing I almost call them the San Diego Chargers. We're playing the LA Chargers.
Are you like 30 years behind?
I mean, they only moved in 2018, I think.
No. Oh, really?
Yeah.
It was way longer than that.
It hasn't been that long, and mostly because, like, dude, like,
what's your
the Chargers represented San Diego so well.
This
like,
is
it just doesn't work.
This is a random little thing, but what is your favorite dead NFL franchise that's no
the St. Louis Rams. The St. Louis Rams.
I had a feeling you were going to say that.
Growing up, I would say I had like 2 teams. It was the Chiefs and the Rams, because the Rams, like I thought like Greatest Show on Turf was awesome with Kurt Warner and all that shit, and like that was an awesome story. I remember watching like the NFL like film documentaries as a kid and thinking, oh god,
is there like a close second just by chance out there?
Like dead franchises?
Yeah,
I mean.
That's one of the only ones I know. So
I'll say this: the rivalry hasn't been the same since the Raiders left Oakland. Oh, yeah. They had to stay in Oakland. I will say, if they had to leave Oakland, Las Vegas is the second best choice for their image and their brand. It makes sense.
Also, they kept all the same logos and all that. All the change was
they just left the city. But man, like going into the Coliseum, whenever like the Chiefs would go into the Coliseum and it was a rivalry game, and both teams are good, you know it's gonna be some shit, dude. Like,
but then now, and no hate, obviously there's obviously a bunch of memories for people, but like Allegiant Stadium, dude.
Allegiant Stadium
is
awesome.
It's not like they downgraded.
No, it's awesome, but it's a different. It's just one of those things. Like, it's an old school football field to me. It's like, what do you prefer? Do you prefer like the new school or the old school? I prefer like the Oakland rivalry, like going in, like just the people that were in Oakland are different from the people that are in Las Vegas too. So it's like. Because like the Las Vegas, it's a lot of tourists that are at those games.
Well, dude, you remember when they would play when Vegas would play the Chiefs, dude? Fucking red jerseys, bro. The Red Sea in Vegas.
Yeah, exactly. That would never in Oakland. You'd get stabbed.
Now, granted, this is when they were having when Vegas having a few little rough patches there. Like now they're doing better, right?
I mean,
relatively.
Kind of. I'd say relatively. They got Geno Smith. They got Pete Carroll. They have promise. I'd say. You know, like they got a couple good rookies, a couple of young.
They'll be hyper competitive, right? At the very least.
I'd say they're going to be decent. I'm a big Geno Smith believer. Yeah, I mean, I think Oakland, just dude, like I remember being a kid and like they'd go in and like, dude, if the Chiefs would like score a touchdown, you had to watch out for some beers coming your way, bro. Like it was insane playing in the Coliseum back in the day. And then also they stole the Rams out of St. Louis and nobody cared. You know what I mean? Like I'll say it is so funny being like, I get to experience both sides of it because I'm an Oklahoma City Thunder fan. And like, people still shit on the Thunder for stealing it from Seattle, but then it's like when it comes to St. Louis, in like a lot of these NFL teams, and nobody gives a fuck. Like it's kind of weird.
Do you think there's any potential for expansion ever in the NFL?
I think they should. I think monetarily it makes sense, but the issue is that right now, like 32 teams just fits the league so well.
I was about to say it was 32 like ideal. Like it doesn't 30 like anything more 16, at this point is just too much.
16 teams in conference, 4 teams a division. It fits very, very well, and all the rivalries make sense right now. And
you don't want to reintroduce like the fucking St. Louis Rams.
Yeah, like here's the problem. Like let's say you reintroduce a team, you're gonna need to add at least another, and then you're gonna have lopsided divisions anyway. And you're gonna have like one division with 5 teams or some shit. So it's like, and even that, it's like, let's say you add St. Louis. St. Louis is like the one that makes sense. What's the other one? London?
It just doesn't work right now.
Yeah,
it just doesn't make sense.
You need to add.
It's good. They don't need to change it then.
It's funny. I saw like this was like a year or 2 ago. There were rumors that like they wanted, if they were looking at expansion and they were going to do maybe a whole European, like 4 UK teams. Like a whole UK division, which I think would make sense.
Oh,
but then it's like,
could you imagine like Ireland?
England. Yeah, you'd have the Manchester,
Scotland.
Blank,
yeah. Oh no, I'm even just talking
the whole United. Yeah, I see.
I'm talking about each like little sector in the UK gets it, like fucking Wales.
Yeah. And then, but then it's like you have the 4 teams, and it's like presumably one would go to St. Louis. It's like you still got to find 3 more teams, and then you're at like, what, fucking 38 teams? Like how would that I don't even know if that matters.
We'd have to really draw out the season.
No,
right?
that would not make sense. That'd be 40 teams. Yeah, so like
it'd be a lot of bye weeks, right? For the safety of the players, right?
Yeah. Well, and it's like, let's say you bump up the schedule to 18 games, and I mean I think it could work. It'd just be a lot though. Like I think the NBA is way more positioned for expansion than the NFL.
You're using a lot of reserves right near the end of the year.
Oh yeah, like you're gonna be the talent pool. There's gonna be some bad teams if you expand to like more than like 36 max. Like it's gonna be some bad teams.
And there's already like there's been some stinkers.
There's been some bad teams already. It's like there's not even 32 starting quarterbacks in the NFL right now. Like the Browns are starting the course of Joe Flacco. Like that's just like how the league goes. So,
but granted, I wonder if that would also mean like putting more effort towards drafting. Maybe people from fucking smaller schools.
Yeah,
looking at the Canadian Football League, right? Just literally trying to scrape up whatever to be as hyper competitive as you can be in whatever capacity.
Exactly.
Essentially, it sounds crazy, putting in more fucking work, right?
Yeah, which is funny.
And not being dependent of just like having money, and being like a desirable market,
Yeah. Like they would need to really put in a lot of effort. So in practicality, I don't think we're getting NFL expansion for at least 10 years, at least, like,
but it's not a necessity though, right? Let's just say it is.
No, not necessarily. Like I said, outside of St. Louis, I don't even know what the next big market would be to give a team to, like, because all the big markets,
all the big markets have one, right?
Yeah, like, or they have in some cases too. Like New York has 2, LA has 2, which is kind of crazy to think about. Like whenever we were kids, LA had none. And the NFL was like at its peak, low-key.
Texas, right, too?
Texas, yeah. Houston's got a team. Dallas got a team. Like, they got it.
Unless you want to get something for, like, fucking San Antonio or Arlington, right?
Which it's like, dude, do we really need another Texas team? Like literally, do we really need another one?
I think 2 is more than fitting for Texas, right? Like
Yeah, I mean, fuck it. Give Oklahoma City one before you give Texas another one. And I mean, I'm just going to say that as an OKC fan, so. Yeah, man. I don't know. It's weird though. It's a weird spot with the NFL. Like the NBA is way better position for an expansion, and they're not even doing it. You know what I mean? Like they could easily go Seattle, Vegas.
By the way, I did not expect this to turn into like the NFL episode, which is fine.
To be fair, like it's kind of a light week, so I hope you guys are,
No, I mean there has to be some level of interest of our fans, right? To talk about something else.
Yeah, I mean we just went from like sports betting to NFL to Mahomes to NFL expansion to NBA expansion.
But I mean, but it all falls in the same bit. I was going to ask you, who are your like favorites for this season? You know what I mean? Who are you gonna
to win it all?
Win it all, yeah. Make it the
obviously Kansas City. I mean, I understand.
Still, even at this point,
dude. I mean, come on. I mean, the fact that like we made it the last 2 years is hilarious. Like, dude, Mahomes was throwing to like he was throwing to me and you out there, and like people are like, oh, dude, like,
well, dude, not even just that. They won in like statistically like their worst season. They were like they had the most drop passes in the league. Like,
I mean,
granted, I'm a relatively new football fan, but even then, I'm like, well, I'm not an idiot. I can't.
Yeah,
I know that's like, not a good thing.
Yeah, like Mahomes was throwing to like Madden generics out there, and people want to be like, oh, he's fallen off. Like, dude, come on. Now, like he has Rashee Rice back. Like Hollywood Brown has had time to heal. Xavier Worthy's gonna be like on year 2 of his development plan. We drafted Jalen Royals, who's another young option. Isaiah Pacheco has had time to heal. Like,
Kelsey's coming back for someone's death sentence. Like,
dude, we had so many injuries last year to where it's like, you know, like I saw people last year talk about the Chiefs, and obviously you can't say anything because like in the moment, like obviously it's happening, but it's like people were talking shit about how bad they look, and it's like, yeah, dude, half of our team's out, and we made this fucking Super Bowl anyway. And the year before that, we were dealing with injuries, and we won the damn thing. You know what I mean? Like his only major wide receivers, were Rashee Rice and Travis Kelce in 2023, won the Super Bowl. Last year it was really just Travis Kelce. You know what I mean? Like, and then I guess old DeAndre Hopkins who joined halfway through the year, and old Juju Smith-Schuster, and
Juju's old now. How old is Juju?
I mean, he's not really old, but he's kind of washed. I mean, he's got to be 33, I think, 32.
Juju's that old now?
Oh no, I'm way off. He's 29. My apologies. Juju. I
don't even think Juju's 30.
But he's been in the league for almost 10 years. Yeah, 2017.
Bro,
isn't that crazy? But yeah, he's kind of washed now. Like, he's been dealing with a lot of injuries, and maybe he'll come back.
Poor Juju. He got his ring though, right?
Yeah, we don't win that 2022 ring without him. So I mean,
hey, shout out Juju.
He kind of came in.
Juju on that beat.
Juju on the beat. Yeah, man. So I have high expectations for the Chiefs. I think my top 3 favorites, and it's not exciting whatsoever. I'll give you one wild card though. How about that? I'll give you my top 3 favorites and one wild card. I'll go Chiefs, not surprising. Philly, not surprising. Obviously,
so
I wouldn't be surprised if we have a rematch. Honestly, like it'd be kind of funny because that'd be the Super Bowl 3 to 5 years, Philly versus Kansas City. But
Philly fans wouldn't be mad.
Philly hasn't lost any other major talent, you know. And granted, like that team, we've seen that same core for like 5 or 6 years now, and like they do have the ability to like melt down overnight. Like the year after we faced them in the Super Bowl the first time, they started off like 11-1 and finished the year like 12-5. Like they completely collapsed, and then Baker Mayfield beat them like 30-3 in the opening round of the wild card. Like they can fall apart.
Is that your wild card right there?
Huh?
Baker in them?
Son of a bitch.
Is that the dark? Or do you think wild card or dark horse?
Dark horse would be Baker in the Bucs. I'd say that. Baker in the Bucs. Because look, man, I'm just a believer in the guy. I'm a believer in the fact that like they've had more time.
God, dude, I love when you talk football. I wish you had more time so you could do like an all football podcast.
Sometimes I think we should just change the show into into an anything podcast. Well, yeah,
it kind of is that. I mean,
kind of is that now.
And granted, granted, we're in combat sports, but at the same time, dude, you watch fucking like when combat sports is
good.
On,
it's
dude.
Like, oh, it's on, bro.
It's on.
But yeah, I mean, Baker's gonna go for 4,000 yards. I mean, he's gonna go for bonkers. But it's that division is kind of weird. So it's like, I wouldn't say he's a dark horse, but like if I had to pick one, maybe them. Like, because I think that I believe in Baker. I think their offense is so good.
I was gonna say, they brought in some reinforcements, right?
Yeah, they have. And then also, there's been like 2 years now where like they've lost just barely, like this close. In the
Still
playoffs.
Got Mike Evans, fucking trusty vet in there.
Yeah, I mean, the first year they lost to the Lions in a really close playoff game in the divisional round after they beat the Eagles, which I brought up. And then last year, they lost to the Washington on like a last-second field goal and Jaden Daniels, and nobody knew how good they were either. Like, I'm a believer in the Bucs, but I wouldn't say that they were my top 3 pick. It'd be Philly, Kansas City, and then Detroit.
Dude, and we got some revenge tours, dude, coming this season too. Brock Purdy, Joe Burrow, both come back from injury, right?
Yep, correct. I think Joe Burrow is the more interesting one, obviously, but I also think the 49ers, this is your chance, dude. Like, this is your last real window to do anything of substance.
You think so?
I think so. Because that core is starting to get pretty cold. You look at Christian McCaffrey, he dealt with injuries. You know, you have like a lot of those same guys, like Bosa, obviously. Like, they're kind of getting older. They've been around for a long time.
So is Brock going to be the real deal, right?
I think he's absolutely the real deal, but you are gonna there's a difference between being like good and like how good are you? You know what I mean? Whenever it's one thing to be like,
are you more interested in the Brock Purdy experience after these guys are gone? Like, how does he do with? Like,
how does he do with no Christian McCaffrey? How does he do with no George Kittle? I think it'd be interesting.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm interested because I don't really care about the 49ers in that way, but I do think he's an interesting story.
Interested in that. I mean,
he's just an interesting story.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I think it'd be interesting. Like, I don't know. I mean, I think this year's such a weird one. Like I said, like Kyle Juszczyk, he's their fullback. He's old for fullback. He's 34. Like, McCaffrey's old. Oh, I mean, dude, they're not my dark horse to win anything, but I think the Jags are going to be fun to watch this year. I don't know about good, but I think they're going to be fun,
dude. Because I believe it's crazy. We grew up with like, dude, Trevor Lawrence is like the
greatest quarterback of all time.
You know, like they were building him up to be like the second coming of Christ, and it has just not panned out like that at all at the pro level.
So I think that the Jags will be better this year. I don't know about how good they are going to be. Like they got some good talent. They got Travis Hunter. You know, they got Tank Bigsby, who's running back, Travis Etienne, and then obviously Trevor Lawrence. And that division is so bad that like anybody can really like. The Texans are the clear pick to win it, but like, could I see the Texans
do shit?
I think Detroit. Like I said, Detroit's my top three. Like
those are your three right there. So Philly,
Kansas City, Detroit are my top three. I would say. And then after that, it kind of falls off a cliff. But like, because I just don't believe in Buffalo. I'm not going to believe in Buffalo or Baltimore until they beat the Chiefs. And I say that as a Chiefs fan. Like, I just don't. Like, even the past few years on the show, you guys can go back. I just laugh off the idea that they're going to win, and then they don't.
So once they make it past Kansas City, it's like, oh, they got his great.
Yeah, oh, it's like okay, well now you guys are legit. But like, until you beat like some of the losses are just humiliating too. Like, it's just. I think Josh Allen's 0-4 against Mahomes in the playoffs. Lamar's like 0-3. Like it's
dude, that's not even a lifetime record against Mahomes for Lamar, dude. Lamar has like what 2 games?
Yeah, something like that. It's bad, dude. I think he's only beat him once, and that one, it's even in context, that one game that we lost to him, I think it was
an insane game too. Right?
It was an insane game, and the Chiefs were at like the 30 or 40 yard line. They were just running down the clock to hit a game-winning field goal. Like Clyde Edwards-Helaire fumbled, and we lost the game. So like we're a Clyde Edwards-Helaire fumble away from Mahomes being like 5-0 over Lamar Jackson. So it's pretty bad.
So this is, I mean, I don't know if this includes everything. Oh, this includes the playoff. Yeah, it's 4-1.
Yeah, it's bad. Yeah, it's bad.
4-1.
Like I said, that one game is, I don't want to say a fluke loss too, but probably not going to happen again. You know, it hasn't thus far. No, but like I think Trevor Lawrence is actually going to be really good. You brought him up earlier. Like so their new head coach is this guy, Liam Cohn. Pretty young dude. I think he's 37, I think.
The thing that he was
Baker's former offensive coordinator at Tampa. And now, granted, Baker's been putting on a couple of good seasons, but he helped him massively. He used to work under Matty Stafford, helped him in LA, Liam Cohn. So this guy's kind of viewed as like a quarterback whisperer in a way. So I think if Trevor Lawrence, I think he's gonna get some out of him. And I still believe in the Jags, dude. That year when they made the playoffs and like they had like a really good run, like he's got potential, man. He's got potential. So I think that kind of closes it out. I mean, like I said, those are my 3 picks and my dark horse. So,
what a fun season, right?
Yeah, dude. Hey, man. Like I said, BetMGM, follow link down below. A lot of fun stuff, man. And like I said, the Baker thing and picking them as a dark horse is mainly just because I like them and I think they're fun. Like I don't think they'll go further than the conference championship game at most. You know what I mean? But could I see in an alternate world where Baker throws for 5,000 yards? Like, could some crazy shit happen? Maybe, I don't know, but. Yeah, those are my 3 picks. What about you, Angel? Give me your 3 picks.
Fuck, I'm literally going with the same thing.
Yeah.
Just to keep it simple, right?
Yeah, man.
Kansas City, Philly, and Detroit. Pretty basic, but I mean, Philly. That's probably like what the betting odds are, right? In some capacity, at least.
You know what? We should honestly probably look this up. NFL championship betting odds.
Some variation of that, but via BetMGM, obviously.
Oh, I mean, come on, dude. What are we talking about here?
Is your computer fucking you over now?
No, maybe for me.
User error?
Oh, I mean, it's always user error, bro. You know me. I'm gonna look this up real quick just because I'm curious. Then we gotta break into the Misfits stuff.
Let's see what the experts are saying, Josh.
Super Bowl winner. This is interesting. The Ravens. So the top 3 favorites: Ravens, Bills, Eagles. Ravens, Bills, Eagles, and then it goes Chiefs, Lions. Packers, Commanders, Bengals, Rams, 49ers, Broncos.
Packs up there, huh?
Vikings, Chargers, Bucks, Texans. Yeah, and then from there, it doesn't really matter.
Josh's like, well, that's an easy bet for me.
Dude, I mean, oh my God. Like, I can't believe that the Ravens and the Bills are, like, up there that high. That's insane to me. I can't believe that they're with the Eagles. Like, have they done anything to, like, have I missed something? Like, did something happen? Did, like, an asteroid hit Patrick Mahomes' house out in fucking Belton or whatever? Like, did something happen? Like, come on. Like, how are we behind the...
You're a savage, bro.
Being behind the Eagles makes total sense. But the Ravens? The Ravens, bro? Come on, man. The Bills? Oh, my God. Not to say they're bad teams, but, I mean, how many times do you have to learn this lesson, old man?
Who's the favorite via this?
It's tied for number 1. Ravens, Bills, Eagles at plus 700. Chiefs are plus 800. They're number 2, and then you go Lions.
I mean, that's still close. I mean, it's literally 100.
It's close, but still, it's like Lions, Packers. By the way, tied for 4th, tied for 3rd. Excuse me, at plus 1200.
Oh wow! So the money starts coming in right there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised the Packers are that high, but they did just get Micah Parsons. That's a big part. So I don't know, but I don't believe in them to win it all either. I also think that trade's kind of being overblown, but I've never been a huge Micah Parsons guy. But anyways, we should move on because we spent
to the real
stuff. We spent 25 minutes.
The real sport. Talk about this. So the real man.
The real manly sport. Obviously, we're referring to Misfits boxing.
To men punching each other in the face, and women sometimes.
Occasionally women.
But it's women on women.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
I'm happy we cleared that up. So nonetheless, Misfits 22 Ring of Thrones was the tagline. Very funny one, and we talked about this card last week. We didn't do a whole preview about it. We did talk about it because it is kind of an interesting one, especially the top 3 fights are particularly interesting. We'll hit off with the main event. Darren, the Gorilla Till. There's no easy way to put this. Luke Rockhold has passed away. Luke Rockhold.
Oh my God, Josh.
No, I mean, jokes aside.
That was a fucking curveball.
Complete deadpan.
Him with the Bobby Lee shit right there, dude.
Jokes. I mean, yeah. Luke Rockhold. Man. We got brutalized, dude. This was I haven't seen something this bad since felony fights, bro. It's that bad.
He got folded.
He did. He got folded like Dale Sr. back in the day, man. Straight into the wall. Darren Till knocks him out in the 3rd round, left hand. I mean, a beautiful combination up against the ropes.
Got him in the corner, right?
And got him in the corner, and that was the second knockdown of the night. But he heard, the first round, we'll give credit to Luke Rockhold, coming out like Roy Jones in his prime. Hands at the side, flashing the jab, actually landing a few left hands too. But it took Darren Till all of about 2.5 minutes to realize, okay, this guy's leaving himself wide open. The last 10 seconds of the round, Darren Till floors Luke Rockhold. Luke Rockhold gets up, walks to the wrong corner, by the way. But
Darren literally tells him wrong corner.
He's like, Darren's like, bro, what's up over there? Go out in second round. After that first knockdown, the fight was over. Luke actually looked decent before that, but then he was just shelled up. Yeah, he was compromised. He shelled up and didn't really throw anything. He got hurt in the second, but survived. Round 3, though, just a brutal knockdown. Got folded, basically like Crocott back in the day against Gonzaga. Got folded up. He did, though.
How much do you think these guys got paid?
At least $200,000.
Or do you actually know the numbers?
I don't know the numbers, but I'm gonna guess 100,000. I mean, over $100,000. So I'd say 200,000. For Luke, I'm gonna guess 220 to 250. Darren probably 300, something like that.
I think they got paid that much.
Yeah, I mean the rest of these undercard guys got paid nothing. I was like, I'm
10K.
Yeah, I'm sure Carla Jade and John Ingram didn't make much money.
Well, I'm sure. How much do you think? Well,
the co-main event, I bet Tony only made probably 200,000, 150, something like that.
150.
Yeah. And depending on how much they might have thrown in pay-per-view more to some of these guys too and paid them less on the front end, so I don't really know. But in terms of the fight, give me your thoughts. I mean, Darren Till and now 3-0 as a professional boxer, he looked legitimately excellent.
I mean, if I'm Darren, and I don't think Darren's gonna come back to MMA at this point.
Oh God, why would you?
No, I mean he's making good money. He's doing something different. He seems to be enjoying himself. Obviously, I mean, dude. And the other thing, it's we know these English fighters. English boxing has proven, they can breed talent. You know what I mean? And Darren's, dude, he goes to, well, I don't know what gym he's at, but any gym, right? And the level of talent and the kind of sparring partners he can bring in, he'll have quality. Just more or less can he adapt? And I don't know how far he can take it, dude. But let's say the worst Darren Till scenario is him winning the fucking, WBC English title, you know what I mean? Or whatever
exactly.
Whatever regional title it is, that's the peak of it. You know what I mean? Or challenging for it. That's a pretty damn good run, dude. Some guys don't even make it that far.
Here's the reality, though. I don't think he's going to go that route. It seems like he's going the Jake Paul route. It seems like he's going for
chasing big fights. Yeah,
he's chasing big fights, and if he work himself into a title, he's going to do it.
Well, he's trying to fight
Carl the Cobra. Carl Froch. Did you know he knocked out George Groves one time in front of 80,000 people in Wembley Stadium?
How old Did you know that right now?
47.
Dude, this guy's 48. He turns.
Oh, really?
Dude, he's on the verge of turning 50 almost.
I will say, I can't I don't really like when they do these sorts of calls, but I get it though, because Carl Froch, I say this is somebody's actually a Carl Froch fan. Dude talks mad-ish, bro.
No,
he's out there,
it works.
It
works. Promotionally, it can work. I don't know. And granted, I think with Darren, it's maybe his whole objective, and he could do this easily, is just fight a bunch of English boxing legends.
Oh yeah. Like he can make a lot of money doing that.
He can make a lot of money doing
that. And
it.
The Carl Froch one makes a lot of sense. I mean, they've been going back and forth for a little bit. Carl's on a small guy. I think he fought at 175.
I think if Darren wanted to, I could see him deviating though, like just taking some more serious fight. I think an ideal world, the Jake Paul fight, but I don't.
Dude, I mean,
I don't think that fight will happen.
I think Jake Paul could beat him. A lot of people are just being like, oh, he won't. Darren Till will beat him. Jake Paul won't fight him. I think Jake Paul could beat him, but because I'm only saying he could and not he will.
Yes,
like that's why
that's why it won't happen.
Yeah. I mean, look, I completely agree with everything you said. I mean, I think that there's a lot of fun fights for Darren. I think he could fight a lot of these older British boxing legends, and he's kind of in a weight too where he could fight Carl Froch at 175 or 180.
Well, he weighed in at 205 at this, but he could weigh.
It says 192 according to the box rec.
Oh, my bad.
So he fought at 192. He fought Darren Stewart at 200, and Taylor 195. So he's kind of in the 192 to 200 pound range. I could see him fighting. He could fight anywhere from like 180 to. He could honestly move to heavyweight.
He joked about it, dude, but they were like, he could have called out Tony Bellew that night too.
Yeah, he could have. Like he's a huge.
That's
guy.
like a hyper competitive match though. That's not hard.
That Tony Bellew is not in the Carl Froch stage of his career. You know what I mean? Like Tony Bellew is, so I don't know if I do that.
Tony Bellew's not even 10 years removed, right?
No,
not yet. No. A little under that though.
I think he retired in 2018, 2019. Yeah. So, but yeah, man. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing Carl Froch, Darren Till. I mean, the reality is that, like, I don't know if I really want to see Carl Froch get hurt either, but also, like, it is a fight where it's like he's not old and washed enough to where, like, I won't be like, oh, he'll absolutely lose. Like, I can see
he's nearing 50. Though.
He's nearing 50, but I mean, shit, dude. 52-year-old Larry Holmes boxed up Butterbean back in the day. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm just saying, like, there's levels to this. Like, how Carl Froch
Butterbean dropped.
He did drop him. I will say that he did drop him in the 10th, but was it a slip? I don't know. I mean, I just say no, but
right.
So yeah, I mean, look, I wouldn't mind seeing it. I'd actually like Darren to get another one though. I'd rather see him if they're gonna do this thing, like go out there and get another fight.
By the way, the fact that we were robbed of Butterbean Mike Tyson back in the day,
dude, I know. What a travesty.
We were robbed of some that and Roy Prime Roy too.
Yeah. We almost got Roy against Mike back in 2003, but it didn't end up happening. Then he had to be moved back down to light heavyweight and completely killed his career. Completely, but also I don't think he would have done well at heavyweight long term either. I mean, you say you beat Mike, it's like who's left?
It's kind of weird too because Mike wasn't in a very good place either too at the time.
No, I think he had just come off the Clifford ATM win. That was the last one of his career around that time. So yeah, because they were also trying to do the ELYXR rematch. There was a lot of stuff going on back in the day in the heavyweight division. But nonetheless, for Darren Till, good win, man. I think there's a lot of fun fights they could do for him. He's becoming like the Misfits star in a way, which like. Makes sense, dude. Like, he's 32. Like, he left the UFC off a very close loss to DDP. He's still got a lot left in the tank. And this fight was kind of like a setup for Darren to kind of go out there and get a big knockout. And he did it. This co-main event, though. This was, this made bigger waves than the main event. The main event made some big waves, man. Tony Ferguson, El Kukui. Look, nobody, and I do mean nobody, beats Tony Ferguson 9 times in a row. Nobody. Not a single 8 maybe. 9? No chance, brother. El Kukui and new.
Oh my god.
That's right. I forgot there were titles on the line in this. The whatever Misfits boxing title, whatever. Defeats Salt Poppy by 3rd round TKO. The first round, it looked exactly like what everybody was worried about. Salt Poppy knocking the head back, landing some big shots. Round 2,
I feel like he definitely stunned him. Didn't rock him, but stunned him.
He did. He definitely did. Round 2, though, Tony starts bringing the pressure, and you're kind of like, okay, Tony, make it competitive. And then in the 3rd round, I started to believe. That 3rd round, he starts going forward. Landage started looking like Tony Ferguson of old out there, going to the body, going to the head, mixing it up, and he gets him against the fence. Old habits. Sorry, Tony. Against the ropes. And then he leashes a big combination and ends up getting the stoppage win. Very controversial, but I will say
a little premature.
It was premature, but then I will say I watched a few crowd angles.
I think the ref did prematurely ejaculate.
Absolutely, it was a premature stoppage. Very much a premature stoppage. Jokes aside, I will say I watched alternate camera angles from like people in the crowd, and you can tell it looks a lot worse whenever you actually get to see like Salt Poppy from this angle getting his head snapped back, because you couldn't really see because it was like camera was directly behind him. So it looks a lot better from different angles. But give me your thoughts on the stoppage. Give me your thoughts on the fight and Tony Ferguson first win in I believe 5 years.
I think for his mental, this is good. I don't know how far he'll want to take this, but fuck man, this should have been the one and just buy. But it sounds like he wants to do more. Call that Connor and a P again. I respect the rivalry though, right?
Yeah.
Those fights did get away from him though.
Where you at, McNuggets? Where you at?
Those fights did get away from him. That is true. Overall, I mean, it's a relatively feel good moment, right? But then it's like it took him having to be a content creator, a good one though. I think one of the better ones for him to ultimately get a victory. But it was good. I mean, dude, you saw how much it meant to him, dude. It wasn't even so much the competition. It was just for him that he needed it. And for Saul, be unfortunate, right? Another loss in here, right? But dude, also you're facing fucking the best guy you've ever competed against ever. You had one of the most violent and dangerous, combatants to touch the earth in the ring with you. I mean, that was insane. And granted, he'll be back from this. I mean, he had those 2 back-to-back losses back in the day to Anthony Taylor and Slim, and he recovered and got 3 in a row. So I think he could, after this, get back in the Misfits and get a few wins if he still wants to continue doing this. Because I actually don't even know what fucking Salt Poppy's ultimate goals are later on with Misfits. Even with this whole boxing thing, because it's not like he's chasing these big names. You know what I mean? You never see Salt Poppy going crazy on the promo for this. Obviously, maybe early on, maybe when he was trying to get the Slim fight and all that, maybe a little bit more with Pretty Boy Taylor. But not so much at this now what you could call a later stage of this boxing experiment career.
Yeah, I mean, Saul Poppy's kind of a weird one because it seemed like this was kind of his step to start taking a Jake Paul kind of path where it's like this is an old MMA guy. And again, I'll say this, a lot of people were saying on Twitter and obviously in the reaction to this fight, like Tony Ferguson only beat a TikToker. We shouldn't really care, yada yada yada. But like everybody thought Tony Ferguson was going to lose his fight anyway, so it's kind of like. You know what I mean? Like, good for him.
This was the alternative, right?
Yeah. Like, I if you thought he was going to lose his fight, which basically everybody on my feed thought he was going to get knocked out by Saul Poppy, it's like give him credit.
I thought he would lose. I don't know. They initially thought he would get knocked
out. Yeah. I'm not speaking to you specifically. That seemed to be the consensus that he was going to get fucked up, just for lack of a better term. Yeah, man. I mean, so for him winning, it's like good credit for him, but for Saul Poppy, it was just kind of like his fight to kind of take that Jake Paul step of like this is the washed to high heavens MMA guy. Then you can beat a slightly less washed MMA guy. Then maybe face a boxer
because it would have been a high. It was going to be a high profile win.
Exactly, because he'd already won 2 in a row before this, and his only losses was the one to Anthony Taylor, but he was still really young in his boxing career. I feel most people gave him kind of a mulligan on that one, and then he lost Slim and just an absolute banger when he got caught in the 4th. So,
dude, do you do Gibb versus Tony?
Here's the thing. I would much rather see, and they had Tony Ferguson and Dylan Dennis they had like a little thing.
I mean, that's really, that's
a
big GFL fight we never got.
Yeah, that's a big fight. This GFL fight that we never got, like you said. But I'd much rather see Tony fight these influencer guys or box MMA guys. And he actually said that he'd much rather stay in boxing than MMA, which for my sake, it's like, dude, let's go, Tony.
But granted, you wouldn't mind, do you think it'd be wrong for us to have a Dylan Dennis?
It wouldn't be wrong. And I think if you're Dylan Dennis and you're trying to take your MMA career slightly more seriously, that's the fight you want.
You're telling me that the perfect move wouldn't be fight Tony, beat Tony, get a contender fight.
Exactly. That's the method that he's going for. The issue is that it's like, I think you need more than just Tony. But I don't know, man. I mean,
But with that win, with beating Tony, don't
that'd be a big win.
He could get on the contender.
Probably. Yeah. I mean, if it's true that they previously thought about bringing him on tough, which he said, then yeah, realistically beating Tony with all you need. That's a former UFC champion. Mm-hmm. You'd be 4-0 at that point. Like, and also I think he's still in his late 20s, early 30s,
31 now.
31. Yeah. You can justify bringing him in.
32 actually.
32. Well, yeah, he's running. No wonder he's fighting. He's running out of time.
Yeah.
We'll talk about him in a minute, but yeah, I mean, in terms of Tony, I think I'd much rather see him in that boxing sphere, man. I'd much rather see, like you said, Gibb. I actually think Gibb probably beats him, but I wouldn't hate it, and I'd rather.
He's these creators, man. I mean, it's not like he's fighting professional boxers.
Exactly. Like as long as he's in this field,
these guys are for the most part, maybe out of the let's say 15 influencer boxers, maybe 2-3 are low pro level, low pro level, and the rest are journeyman, hobbyist to low to mid amateur level.
Yes.
On the better end, potentially.
Yeah. That's a really good way.
And this is me being very nice.
Yeah, these guys aren't good, but I will say, and what everybody else has said, like these Misfits shows, when they book them well, when they don't have the dumb tag team shit, when they have the right matchups, they're a lot of fun. And this was the ideal version of a Misfits card. And even bringing in like more MMA fights, like, dude, like go out there and do some weird shit.
But at the same time, it's like you also gotta find that right balance because you also don't want these creators just getting blasted left and right by fucking some elite level.
And and MMA guys went undefeated this week. So
dude, like this. Could you imagine if it was Darren Till versus like Chase Buckner in there? You know what I mean?
Jesus, yeah. I mean, he'd kill him.
You look how Chase looks. You know what I mean? You look like, oh fuck, dude, Chase is in insane shape. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like, I do think there's like a limit to it, but I will say, I think Misfits, this is like what you guys need to focus more on. Get some MMA guys, get reality, do these weird matchups, but not like super lopsided. Get like more stuff like this. You know what I mean? Mix in some weird stuff. Mix in some MMA fights, man. Like, because MMA, like, and we talk about this on the show, like MMA is in a recession. Dude, there's not many places for MMA fighters to fight. So if you're Misfits, open up the door.
Dylan, dude.
Genuinely, yes. Why not? Book it. Why not? At this point, if you're Dylan Dance and you're PJ, shout out Overflow. We'll have him on the show if it happens. Like, if you're not, why not book it, dude? If you're Misfits, why not do a whole MMA card every once in a while? Like, genuinely, like, you guys have the money, and there's not many places for MMA fighters to go fight. And this was the most talked about Misfits card in a long time, and it just had a couple washed MMA guys. So I don't know. Nonetheless, though, good for Tony. That's my final thoughts.
Surprised they haven't been able to get Masvidal. Dude. They could have done Masvidal KSI.
Masvidal Till. You can do a lot of fights.
Fucking dude, it sounds crazy. Fucking give Masvidal. I mean,
I know
it's out there, and maybe like these guys don't know who these guys are, right?
Yeah. Why haven't we got?
But their names that'll get them attention, get these people attention.
Let me sell you on one. He's a free agent right now. Let's say if you're Misfits MMA. You book this in California. Nate Diaz, Dylan Dennis, MMA fight, 5 rounds. Who says no?
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong.
There you go. That's another one. Like, there's a lot of free agents. This is what I'm saying, dude. Like, since they've opened the door to MMA, they have so much more.
You know what's free money that's on the table that I don't know if anybody will ever get, dude. Why doesn't BKFC do Conor versus Artem Lobov?
Conor can't fight for him.
No, but I'm saying like at some point in time.
Oh, I mean, at some point in time, I feel like that's possible. But it seems like I saw Artem talking about it on a Hawani show, and it seemed like he was more hurt than anything. Like, it didn't seem like he was like angry at Conor.
Damn,
like,
I respect that.
Which is, I mean, it's true. Like, they were brothers. I mean, it'd be like, fucking you and I.
He brought him up, right? Like, he brought him up hard, especially when he
did.
And he didn't need like.
But also, if it's true that like they're supposed to start that business together, and like it was Artem's
insane amount of
idea.
money.
Like, that's like $100 million you lost out on. Not 100. Actually, is Conor a billionaire? Conor's a billionaire. Yeah.
No.
Like.
No,
he was at one point.
Can we look up Conor McGregor net worth? I know it won't be accurate. No, I feel like he's well under $1 billion. At one point,
2025, according to Google, he is 200 million.
Yeah, that's what I say. I'm pretty sure he's well.
But I feel like there was a point whenever he was close to $1 billion, but that was also years ago before he started dealing with all this stuff,
legal trouble. Yeah, no, Conor's net worth has taken.
Yeah, he brought in 200 million for Proper 12 alone. When he sold it 4 years ago. So it's possible he just lost a lot of money because he has been paying out a lot due to lawsuits, but it hasn't fought and lost.
It's spent a lot of money.
It's been a lot. He spent a lot of money.
Spent a lot of money.
Oh, man. Cocaine cheap. So, yeah, man, I think we should move one down because I think we got Dylan Dennis. Conor McGregor's teammate, Dylan Dennis. Facing Warren Spencer.
Are they cool again? Because there was a period of time where they weren't cool?
I feel like they were always cool. They just weren't close.
I thought they had a little patch where they were like going through some shit, or like
I could be wrong. I mean, I don't.
Or he kind of made it sound like, Conor.
It
almost sounded like Conor forgot about it.
It's been a minute.
I ain't got an issue with Conor, but me and Conor haven't talked.
It's been a minute since I've talked to Conor, so I'll have to when I hit him back next time. I'll have to be sure to ask him, but I don't know for sure.
But it seemed a little better. Like when the Conor came up, it was a bit more positive or more. It was still like very like. Yeah, like, obviously it didn't sound like me and Conor talking on a regular basis, but it's not a little bit more kind of reinforced like they're in a decent place somewhat.
Yeah, basically. But we'll talk about this one. Warren Spencer 2-1 is he an influencer or is he like kind of a? Because I haven't really heard. I know it's 2-1. I know he's fought in Misfits. I don't know how big of an influencer he is.
Just to be blatantly honest, and maybe we're boomers now, but I have no idea who Warren Spencer is.
He has 200,000 followers. So I guess he's like a former mechanic YouTuber, and he had 2 fights in Misfits. And
that's what it is.
He took one regional fight too. So like, I guess
the mechanic. I remember they said that.
Yeah. So I mean, look, I'll give credit to the guy. He goes out there, he lands a nice straight. He lands a nice uppercut, and then he shoots for a takedown and loses
against the literal black belt.
Yeah, it loses at 50 seconds. Now, here's the thing. I give credit to him. He didn't shoot a takedown in your face. He got in the clinch. Which if you're a boxer and you're in the clinch, you're safe. MMA though, you probably dude like
I don't even know.
He grabbed that shit so quick. You know, like
fucking Dylan Dennis. I think the Marcelo is he Marcelo Garcia black belt? Just fucking.
I mean, he did train under Marcelo at one point. He got kicked out by Marcelo, but you know, at one point he was. Yeah.
Oh god, that shit is hilarious.
Yeah, man.
By the way,
very funny.
It's kind of aggravating, right? Because if like Dylan would have stuck with the whole MMA or jiu-jitsu thing, it's like, dude, now you got CGI, the fucking BJJ shit with the UFC.
He's the biggest waste of talent in jiu-jitsu in the past.
Where does Dylan get money from? How does Dylan exist? Like, I'm actually curious because there's no way that
I'm pretty sure. I don't want to say this. I don't know if I want to say this, but I'm pretty sure he had rich parents. That's the only way that makes sense.
Impossible.
I mean, how else could you become a like teenage prodigy of jiu-jitsu and not have to work for like 10 years? Right. Like,
actually, so he was born in Paris? What is this? Parsippany Hills, New Jersey. Can you look that up real quick? So the first half is spelled like Paris, and then it's PP.
Dude, do you really? Okay, can I ask?
Uh-huh.
Why am I looking this up?
I just want to see what the neighborhood was that he grew up in.
Dude, you think you're trying to spell the name to me, and you're like, I don't know if it's wealthy or not. Like, of course it's like.
I'm curious. I'm just curious.
Parsippany, Troy Hills, bro. Like what?
This is where Dylan Dennis grew up.
Dude, this looks like the most High School Musical ass hometown I've ever seen in my life. They're walking down. This is where they filmed Disney movies. That's where Dylan Dennis grew up, dude. Jesus Christ.
What do you mean, dude? He's fighting at the hard city
in
New York, baby.
Hey, you gotta check in with me when you go to New York. like that's it. Like that's it.
You know, I haven't really reached out to Connor this week, but he's been, he's been sending me some texts, trying to get me on, some BKFC cards. I told him I'd reach out to him, but you know how that goes. By the way, Logan, I'm still fighting that lawsuit. Fuck you for that.
Logan, I never stopped the lawsuit. Fuck you, dude. Like you just see.
Hey, by the way, shout out that bitch ass KSI. I'm still looking for that fight.
KSI, if I beat him on the feet, you gotta fight me in MMA. Like,
he called out Logan and him in MMA. It's like, dude, yeah,
that's not gonna happen, bro. Like, it's just like that's not gonna happen. You should call it Tony or some old wash guy. Like, who else is around that he could fight? Is Nam Fam around? Can he at 205?
God.
Actually, I say 205. This was at 175. This shit pisses me off that they had it at what did these guys weigh at?
Dylan weighed in at 178. Warren Spencer weighed in at 180.
Dude, why do you have it as like light heavyweight as if it were boxing? Like they called it beforehand. They called it a light heavyweight MMA fight, and then I was like, oh, it's shit,
like 205.
I was like, Dylan's at 205.
Oh,
whoa!
Wait. Actually, this is actually the major part that came out of the whole Dylan thing. It was oh my god, strongman.
Oh yeah, Eddie Hall versus
Eddie
Dylan Dennis. But that's not gonna happen.
That is some pride type.
If that happens, I'll buy the pay-per-view. I'll do a whole preview. I'll do all that because
you're gonna live stream it from TikTok.
That's literally like the stuff I talk about with Misfits. That's the type of good stuff they need to be doing.
It's
freak show stuff that's dumb but intriguing.
The crazy aspect of that is like he either gets knocked out, and it's not gonna be like just like knocked out. It's gonna be like brutally knocked out.
Yeah.
Or he's gonna have the most insane submission of all time on like one of the strongest human beings to grace the earth.
And Eddie Hall, I mean, he's got that MMA experience now too, so it's not just like he's going in there blind. You know what I mean? Like that'd be a risk. It is Bob's. It's if both guys. It's like the Walmart version of Bob Sapp versus Little Nog. Like that's literally Big Nog. Excuse me. That's literally what it is. Like.
I mean, you could call it that, but dude, Eddie Hall was not even a joke. Like,
no. Bob Sappo at that point was like wrecking dudes in K1. He knocked out Ernesto Hoost around that time. Like he was the shit.
But at the same time, though, like you said, you also had like there is some quality there as far as an athlete.
Yeah, I mean, he's 1-0 in MMA. I mean, 2-0 if you count the handicap match. So, yeah, I mean, he's no slouch. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to see it. I think if you're Misfits, dude, like this is what I'm saying. Dumb stuff like that. It works. It just works, dude. And then you mix in some of these pro fights, like Ty Mitchell versus Sean Hemphill was actually a pretty good fight. Yes. I liked that.
Yes.
I like the Joey Essex fight. Joey Essex, that fight was crazy, but it was, he's entertaining.
Dude, those guys were game. Like they were tired as fuck in the fourth round. Even at the end of the third, like those guys were tired. Like they both could have gave up, and you would have been like, dude, I mean, I see it. They don't have any energy. but they went out and fought the 4th round. Somehow, some way, dude, with nothing. I mean, no gas. This is the most gas I've seen 2 guys in a fight ever, and still throwing punches. I respected the fuck out of it, genuinely.
Exactly. Well, then just so we can kind of wrap up on this one, because I feel like we've discussed the top few fights enough. But then you keep on going down. It's like you got Chase D'Amour. Chase D'Amour, in my opinion, is like the ideal version of what a Misfits guy can be. Like he was the worst boxer I've ever seen, maybe, to have a fight.
Has a following, had a big following, Love Island, whole thing.
But he, like, in that first fight, he might have been the worst, like, professional fighter I've ever seen. Because that was a pro fight. That was the worst one I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, he looked awful.
Oh, dude, he lost every fight.
Yeah, and then he lost the next one. But then now he's won 5 fights in a row, all by knockout.
But he had lost 4 in a row, and then he had a draw in there.
That's true.
It's actually kind of insane.
It's pretty bad, but
he turned it around. He committed to it, but for what it's worth, Chase did play collegiate football. He's a decently high level. I think he played pro in some small equivalent league. I think did he play the game? I can't remember.
Played in the UFL, I thought.
Played in something, but still, though, nevertheless, like the guy is a legitimate athlete. Yeah. Like, so give him enough time, let him to adapt to the sport, and he's committed. He can do some shit. What level is a different story, but still.
Yeah, exactly. But the fact that he went from 0-4. I mean, 0-3 because one of those was an exhibition. But he went from 0-3 to like 8-3, and he's won 8 in a row by like knockout. Like it's a cool story, I think.
But he's actually won 8 fights.
Yeah, I mean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 according to BoxRec. Yeah.
Holy shit! Okay, I didn't realize it was that many.
Yeah, man, he's been staying active, and I don't think all these were Misfits. I think he took a few fights in Mexico too. So. Like he's actually trying to improve, and he called out Johnny Fisher. I think he died, but I mean, look, I like that mentality. Maybe get a couple more under you. Maybe get a fight like that. I
didn't know he fought he went down south of the border.
Yeah, he had like 4 fights in Mexico, like last year. Like,
so he dialed in. He was like, something, I'm not gonna ever be in a position again where I'm gonna gas out or do it. Well, he trained with what's his he fought him, former MMA guy. For a little bit. You remember that?
Alan Belcher.
He trained with Alan Belcher. I remember Alan Belcher took him under his wing for a little bit. He saw some potential.
Yeah, man. And like I said, Chase D'Amour is the best version of what a Misfits guy can be. Start off garbage, but dude, you stay working. It's a cool story.
And then also be able to promote.
Yeah. Move down the rest of the card. Didn't really get as much talked about, but Raheem Bardavisi defeated Almas Ferrari. Solid stoppage win. Amir Anderson is actually a very good prospect. Pick up a win here. He's kind of their, MVP signs a lot of boxing prospects. He's their guy, basically. Him and Ty Mitchell.
Like HDO stuff.
Yeah. Carla J picked a win, who I don't know. Demi Sims picked up a win, who I don't know. And then Johan Ingram also won on the prelims. So there you go. No Misfits card currently scheduled for the rest of the year, but I'm sure we'll get, I believe, one more. If I remember correctly, I think they're down to 4 cards a year, and they want to load them up 4 to 6. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But nonetheless, man. I have bad news for you, Angel. This is breaking news right now. Stream East has officially been shut down after 2 men have been arrested in connection to running it in Egypt, the world's largest legal streaming sports platform with 136 million monthly visits.
What's funny?
As reported by
I remember a few days ago, I was like, I wonder where these guys are from. The fact that now I know they're from Egypt is not at all what I expected.
Interesting. So,
I thought these guys were being like some small remote country in Europe.
Yeah, pour one out, man.
Well, we still got crack stream, buff streams. You motherfuckers
Stop talking. Dude, don't let everybody know. Don't let everybody know. Because you know what happens? Is everybody started talking like, oh man, going on Stream East, and now it's banned. So now we got to stop.
Do you remember
keep it on the DL?
That famous photo that circulated on Twitter of LeBron on Stream East on his tablet?
Dude, yes, I do. Not only that, but there was one, I think Adam Schefter, like years ago, was like, oh, and like he was like, he was doing like game by game coverage. He's like an NFL reporter, and like he did a screen cap, and he forgot to take out like the Stream East like logo in the top left. And yeah, dude, good times. Everybody uses Stream East, so
dude, when you used to cover Invicta, dude, you remember you were there, you were watching the fight in the cage. And then you look over to your right. You look at some of those guys that are doing.
And they were on stream, and they're on Stream East watching it, and it's like, right in front of us, bro. And even then, if you're gonna do that, Fight Pass was like $7.99 at this point. Like supporting Victor, brother. Like, anyways, we'll wrap up with this because we have a UFC preview. UFC's back. UFC Paris France.
Which, in reality, this should have been the meat and potatoes of the podcast because it's a stacked card.
No, we still got some time. In the main event.
This is like, I don't know, I'm exaggerating. I was going to say this is like Prime Kate Upton, but that's a little out there.
That's like
it's pretty out
an
there.
exaggeration if I've ever heard one. You know,
it's pretty out there.
But anyways,
this is pretty good though. I mean,
it's good. It's a good card.
This is like an 8, and then you get to know her. She's a 9.
Whatever. Anyways,
that was good.
That was good. That made me laugh. In the main event, Nassourdine Imavov, Cairo Borralho, 2 men at 185 pounds who are trying to win a UFC title. Imavov, who was a long time viewed as kind of a so-so guy, lost to Phil Hawes, lost to Strickland. He had the close fight with Chris Curtis.
But he was sold as this like future great prospect.
Yeah, exactly. Well, now we're here and we're kind of getting to see it. We're kind of getting to see the vibes of what this guy could be. He's on a 4-fight winning streak. Roman Dolidze, Jared Cannonier, Brendan Allen, and then knocked out Israel Adesanya in February. That was the biggest win of his career. On the other end, Cairo Borralho, the natural. Out of what gym, Angel? What gym is he fighting out of?
The Fighting Nerds.
The Fighting Nerds. 17
Boom,
and
Brazilian
1.
folk music starts playing.
Yes, dude. You know the name. 17 and 1. He's won 16 fights in a row, and he has a couple of names that also Imavov have beaten. He'd beaten Jared Cannonier. He's beaten, I believe, he's 6-0 in the UFC at this point. Very, very promising. Winner trying to get a title shot. Give me your thoughts on this fight, my friend.
I mean, look, as far as quality and high level, the matchup is fucking insane. It's one of the best matchups you can make at 85 right now. A very career-defining fight for both. A defining fight for the division. A statement that both these guys need a statement win here. Is what I'm trying to say too. Look, I gotta say, throughout his whole career and even now, I have had my doubts and I've picked against him several times about the Nassourdine Imavov experiment. I could be totally wrong here. I'm still gonna ride with my gut. I'm still gonna go Cairo Borralho. These guys out of the Fighting Nerds have given us nothing but success, have shown us quality. They're continuing to win. They are the best gym. They are gym of the year. They might be gym of the year next year and the next year because they look. This happens. There's always a gym that comes around. We've seen it time and time again. At one point it was ATT. At one point it was City Kickboxing. At another point it was insert X gym, right? Elevation for a little bit there, mainly because of Trevor Whitman. He had Kamaru, he had Gaethje, and he had Rose. When all three of those were finding success at the same time, there's times with gyms like this show up and peak and do some pretty amazing stuff, and they got multiple guys and multiple division fighting successes. When we're seeing it here again with these two guys who obviously are in the doubleheader matchup here from the same gym, Mauricio Hufi as well, taking on Saint Denis, another Frenchman. So a lot of I labeled this the Brazil versus France card for my own enjoyment.
Yes,
but I'm gonna go Cairo Borralho, man. I think he's got it. I think his hands are more than Super Bowl. I think he knows how to win a fight. I know he knows how to manage 5 rounds. Imavov, great. You look at these guys' resumes. You look at both their topologies. Records are kind of like fight-wise, name-wise, a little similar, man. Obviously, Imavov has the Izzy win, which is a bigger name than any name that Cal has. But outside of that, it's like Brendan Allen, Jared Cannonier, Roman Dolidze. Okay, those are the names. You like Cairo Borralho. I think he also has Jared Cannonier in there. Jared Cannonier, his last fight. Paul Craig, Abus Magomedov, Michel Jacek, who's now kind of turning up, now training with the Fighting Nerds. By the way, his brother got signed last night on the Contender Series. I mean, to me, at least, I think relatively close in quality. So it's going to be I imagine a very difficult matchup. The odds say it too. Via Tapology, plus 110 for Imavov, minus 135. So still very close. I mean, I'll be shocked if someone gets blown out of the water on this fight.
Yep. I'd be shocked if somebody got blown out of the water. I will say that I am rolling with hesitantly Cairo Borralho to get the job done. Nassourdine Imavov keeps on proving me wrong. I feel like I picked against him in several. It's funny, he came in and I had so much high expectation for him, and when he failed, I feel like I held that against him subconsciously.
Not even failed, but staggered, right? It was I don't know. You didn't necessarily believe.
The Strickland one was okay, you're done. You're done as a contender. If you lose to Sean Strickland on 6 days' notice, 205 pounds, I don't know how you come back from that. But he's found a way.
And then just incapable of finishing Roman Dolidze.
And just an awful fight. He's turned it around, and maybe he'll prove me wrong. And I expect on the feet this to be very entertaining, but I don't know, man. I think Cairo Borralho has more ways to win. I don't know if he has the heavier hands, but it's probably close. I don't know, man. I'm going to take Cairo Borralho. I think he has a higher ceiling. But I will say, like I said, I could be wrong. This is going to be a fun fight. And I don't see either guy getting blown out here. I think it's going to be very, very close, 3 rounds to 2, 4 rounds to 1 close fight.
Do you think it'll end in a finish by chance, or do you think it'll be the fully contested 5 rounds?
I think it's going to be a 5-round fight.
Fuck, I hope it's a banger, dude. I'm
I
so
hope
excited.
My fear is, though, that this becomes kind of a stand and point fight because both these guys are relatively. I mean, in the case of Cairo, not.
I mean, they know what's on the
line
on both sides.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But we'll see what happens. More excited for the co-main, though. Not gonna lie. BSD, Benoit Saint-Denis, who is just all violence. I mean, in his UFC career thus far, I mean, he came in, he had the loss on short notice, but after that, he followed up with like 5 wins in a row, all by finish. He lost the DP, lost to the Diamond, and
he looked great there for a minute.
He looked great in the first round, but then predictably gassed. This guy has 2 rounds of gas, basically. Excuse me, he has 1 round of gas. If he gets to rounds 2, he's probably cooked. He lost by stoppage in the second round again to Renato Moicano. But he did, score a submission win last time out over short notice. UFC debutant Cairo Borralho. Not who debuted, UFC returning because he had 2 fights.
I remember that.
Yeah. But yeah, man, it's taking on just a killer, Mauricio Hufi. Mauricio Hufi, 29 years old. 1 shot out of what camp, Angel?
The Fighting Nerds.
The Fighting Nerds. 12-1.
Insert the funk music.
Yeah, man. Just a great camp, man. He's 3-0 in the UFC. Knocked out Bobby Green with one of the greatest knockouts you'll see in March. Give me your thoughts on that co-main event and who you got.
I mean, I'm excited. I mean, for Mauricio Hufi, this is a step over the line to get into the rankings. Obviously, get into those high-profile matchups in what has been touted as like the most entertaining division in the last 10 years, in the UFC. And he's been nothing but entertaining himself. He's been definitely out of all the fighting nerds the flashiest, has had the flashiest finishes. The only one who isn't in the rankings at this point, I think, or if not near the lowest ranked out of all of them as far as independent of each division.
Yep.
So after this, I mean, it's going to be high level fight after high level fight, high profile fight, and this is where the real tests are going to come, and it starts here in this BSD fight. There's questions around him. Obviously, he looks great when he's the hammer, but how is he going to be when he's the nail? Especially with a guy like BSD who's willing to come forward, take some big shots, deliver it, has the power. Obviously, he has his own deficiencies. What is going to be Mauricio Hufi's game plan going forward? How does his career look from here on out? I'm favoring him. He's a sniper. He's looking for his shots. He's picking him. He has a style that, I mean, do we not all enjoy this style? I mean, there's a reason. Right? I mean, guys, we say it. It's Conor-esque. It's different, but it's Conor-esque, and we like it. I'm going Mauricio Hufi on this. I think I have a feeling he's going to be able to find that shot again, Josh. And I feel like somehow, some way, and maybe to his own demise, because I think eventually it will get difficult with some of those guys who are capable of wrestling, have high level jiu-jitsu at the top of this division, where it's like, can he have that Chad Mendes, Conor McGregor moment of stepping over the line like that, where he's facing a guy who's a heavy grappler, and with the heavy hands. But it starts here. But everything starts here with BSD. Can he get another highlight to get to that moment? Yeah, whatever that next moment is.
Yeah. I think, for me, man,
I sold you on that shit.
You did. You sold me. I mean, I didn't need to be sold on the fight. If I'm being honest.
I
love the fight.
It's so good.
I will say, I'm actually disagreeing with you. I think BSD is going to get the job done in France. I think we haven't seen a lot of Mauricio Hufi's ground game. And I think the last time out, you saw BSD. I don't know if this could have been just a 1-fight adjustment, and that's kind of what I'm banging on to be a multi-fight adjustment. For example, Justin Gaethje, go back to the start of his UFC career. I'm just using him as an example. Tons of guys do this. Justin Gaethje was a wild brawler. Just balls to the wall because he was undefeated. He didn't know what defeat felt like yet. He was going crazy. And then he got knocked out twice in a row. And then he was like, okay, I'm going to still be crazy. I'm going to throw a lot of output, but I'm going to be more safe with my boxing. I'm going to fight smarter. I'm not going to go out there and leave my chin out there 100% of the way. BSD, it looked like his last fight. He's like, you know what, dude? I know how much my gas tank is. I know I could probably ice this guy, but the off chance that I can't, I'm going to mix in the grappling. And he mixed in the grappling really well. He ended up getting a sub-win. I think Mauricio Hufi, you haven't seen a lot of his ground game. And on the feet, I don't think BSD is dumb enough to think, all right, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's just going to sit there and trade with him. And a guy that has crazy knockout power, both in his hands and his legs. I think he's going to flip the script on him, take him down, though. I honestly think there's a very good chance that we get a BSD sub-win.
Yeah, I mean, for like I said, I think for Hufi, it's getting over the line to get to those big fights. And I guess I didn't really highlight too much about what this fight means for BSD, but for him, it's like holding down the spot and being like, hey, I still deserve to be in this position, and I still deserve to fight with these ranked 55ers at this point in time.
Yeah.
So there's a decent bit on the line for him here too.
Yeah, I just think BSD's grappling is very underrated. A lot of people don't know, but he has way more sub wins than he does knockouts. It's like something like I don't know why I'm not doing
but
that.
But it was one of those things where he fell into the love, right? He fell.
Yes,
into,
exactly.
And he kept doing it and doing it and doing it.
Yeah, I mean, he has 4 knockout wins, 10 subs. I think he fell in love with his hands after getting back-to-back knockout wins over Moises and then also for Vola. So I don't think he's going to do that mistake again. I think he's going to go in there and probably flip the script on him, take him down.
It's such good fights, dude. I mean, this once again we talk about quality, right? Like when it's done right, this is peak. Yeah. And I'm talking about peak.
Yeah.
This next fight is like so fucking underrated, and this guy has to be the most under the radar, not known kind of story in the UFC. I don't imagine you can go into many fucking TikTok lives or get on Twitter, maybe Twitter, and mention Modestas Bukauskas, and people will be like, "Oh, that's this guy, and this is his current run." Yeah,
I mean, Bukauskas, we'll lay it out there, taking on Paul Craig, and this is a fight where, he got cut from the UFC back in 2021 after going, 1-3. He looked pretty bad in a lot of those.
But add the context to it of how it ended, though.
Yeah, but the losses aren't bad. It's who he lost to is not bad. Roundtree, Elias Chuck, and Jimmy Crew.
But the end was Roundtree though. He got cut it was leg
kick,
injury, and then he was cut.
Yeah. But then he wins a few on the regional, wins a few in Cage Warriors, comes back, and since then he's 5-1 in the UFC. The only loss to Vitor Petrino, and I think if they run that one back, he probably wins it. There's a shot for him to break into the rankings,
and he's skidded by Kutalava. We'll be transparent about that too.
We will. Paul Craig, similar, not really similar. He's kind of the opposite end where he needs a win. He's in his last 5, he's 1 win, 3 losses, and 1 no contest. So kind of weird, but at light heavyweight, I like him more there. I don't think the 185 experiment worked out at all as well as he'd hoped.
Maybe when he was younger, there was a
path, but not now.
Yeah, maybe not now. And then he would have probably inevitably transitioned to 205.
But I do like that fight. I'm happy you highlighted it. I think Bukauskas is a really fun story. I'll see how it keeps on rising at 205 pounds.
Oh, so he wins it's ranked opponents.
Exactly, because he's right there. You look down, man. Bulajai Oki taking on Mason Jones is a banger at 155 pounds.
Still excited, man. I'm excited for this second run for Mason Jones. I'm started off good with Jeremy Stevens.
Yep, that was a banger.
Which is kind of a thrown together fight. Fought in the States, now he's fighting in Europe, which is kind of nice, right?
Yep.
So, man, I hope. I like Mason Jones, dude. I am a big Mason Jones enjoyer. Just turned 30 though, but it's go time. You know, can't really afford to lose that many fights. This is literally your second time at this thing. You need to crack at it and do it right this time. Use that full skill set you have.
For sure, man. For sure. I'm a big Mason Jones believer. I thought it was kind of ridiculous he got cut back in the day. Because he was like 2-2, and it was the losses like Luvat Klein and
was there like
Mike Davis, like not bad guys at all. Beat David Onama in there. Like it's a bad cut to begin with. So I'm happy he's back. I like this matchup. Another guy they also have on there, Reese McKee, another guy who was cut and had to work back at Skeletor, coming off a win as well, man. He got his first UFC win. We'll see how he can do now in his second run back in the promotion.
Granted, though, he's fighting, I forget what promotion, Axel Sola.
Axel Sola, which is a badass name out of France.
Former, let's see what promotion this is. Aries FC champion.
Yeah.
We're going to have a lot of regional debuting champions on this card, the most we've ever had.
Yep.
This is a big fight right here.
Patricio Pitbull, the former Bellator champion, who a lot of people were kind of like, oh, he's washed. He did come off a win over Dan Egan. It feels like nobody really discussed it. It could have been because of the card he was on. Could have been the whole hum performance of nature of it.
And the fight was it was just okay.
It was just okay.
It was a technical fight that was very slow but sound.
But he's in the rankings now. He's on the scoreboard, so to speak. He's got the win.
But they did not give a fuck because they gave him one of the best not necessarily free agent because he was signed to an organization, but one of the best available talents out there in the whole world in Lizonie Kieda. I think that works. Formal two-weight champion from I have to look at it. Octagon,
correct.
Former featherweight champion, former 155 champion. I believe he did defend both titles at one point. I could be incorrect.
I believe you're correct, yeah.
16-1 though, right here. They threw him right into the wall. They're like, hey, we'll give you a ancient pitbull who's already ranked. You win this shit, you're a ranked fighter in the UFC. So let's see if Pitbull can hold down his spot and should give him a welcome to the UFC. And on top of that, Kieda gets the fucking reward of fighting in Europe. He didn't even have to come to the States or Brazil or anywhere else to fight for his ranking. Yeah. So it's kind of I'm not gonna lie, the cards are kind of nicely laid out for them. Actually, all for these guys, because they're all the guys debuting from these who were all former champs in their promotion, they all fought in a European promotion.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, man. Exactly. So That's probably my most look forward to fight on this. Maybe second most look forward to fight on
Stakes
this
on
card.
the line, yeah.
I mean, obviously the co-main event's gonna be insane, so that's my number one. But
dude, you're a freshly signed double champ from a promotion fighting for a rank spot immediately.
And it's funny because Patricio Pitbull, kind of a similar story, a freshly signed former double champion, but he's on the opposite end of 30. So
versus a young 27-year-old,
exactly,
who's fought 17 fights and has held two titles.
Yep. See what happens, man. I love the fight though. You moving down the prelims though, the hits keep on coming. William Gummies, Robert Bushella,
another signing.
KSW, right?
Yep.
Yeah, KSW. Should be a fun fight there. Umar Sy, Brenton Ribeiro at 205 pounds. I like that. Marcin Tarbor taking on Anchi Delija, fight that's going to happen. Harry Hardwick versus
by the way,
Kai Fernandez.
Again, right there, two other guys, right? Anchi Delija and Harry Hardwick.
No. I'm a big in this house we are big Harry Hardwick supporters. 13-3 Houdini out of the UK. So riding an 8-fight win streak, former Bellator vet, former Cage Warriors vet. Let's see how he does. Sam Patterson, Trey Waters should be fun at 170.
By the way, Sam Patterson, 3-fight win streak, all finishes. Can he make it 4 here?
He is the real deal. I think he does. Just that's not an official prediction, but that's
the weight transition, man. 155 was never moved. 170 has just been a godlike experience.
Looking great at 170.
Dude, if he gets 4 in a row, like, do you increase the level of competition? Do you consider maybe a ranked opponent, or do you think you give him like someone who's on the verge, outside?
It, but you probably don't do it. I feel like that's my guess, because if they're having a fight early prelims on a France card, they're probably not looking to him as a ranked guy yet.
3 finishes though, he makes it.
I agree. I agree with you. They should, but I'm just saying how I see it playing out. Brad Tavares still in the UFC, a million years old. He's actually not that old. He's just been around for a million years. He's only 37, but he's been in the UFC since he's been like, 20, something like that, like since he's been like 22. Taking on Robert Bershek, I like that. Should be a fun fight at 185. Andreas Gustafsson, Renat Fakhratinov early, which is crazy that they're in this spot this early, because this should be a banger.
Those guys should be main card. They're gonna be the curtain jerker.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I think it's such a weird spot to put him in, but at least I'll be tuned to the TV earlier, I guess.
I hate to say it, and it's funny that I'm saying this because I like this guy, and also I'm interested in Axel Sola, but how are Reese McKee and Axel Sola in the main card?
That's a good question.
Same with Bolaj, Oki, and Mason Jones. Like, don't get me wrong, I really like those guys, but I feel like that should have been Lusoni Kieta and Patricio Pitbull. And then these guys as well. Fucking do Delija, Tybura could have been in there too. Like,
yep.
Fucking Brad Tavares did it even as a vet, or even right before the prelims as a curtain jerker. Like, I don't know. I feel like once again, sometimes I have an issue with the way these cards are organized, but nevertheless, I mean, it's bangers all around, so it's not like it fucking matters, but
agreed.
I still want the guys to be placed where I think they should be out of respect.
Agreed. Opening up the card, lastly, Sean O'Bannon versus Sam Hughes. Any interest?
I mean, I think Sean is interesting, but I mean, it's not the highest profile 115-pound fight. You know,
you're not gonna have your Sean O'Bannon.
It's a low level 115 fight. That's what it is. Yeah, it's unranked 115ers. It is what it is.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm gonna watch it. I have interest in her. There's still women. There's not too many female prospects that I'll be like, I'm gonna watch her. But she does fall into that category. Mm-hmm. I know she's 31. I know she has a lot of holes and issues, but how far can she make it? I don't know. You know? She might not make it that far, but I'm willing to check out her fights every time she comes on. Personally.
Nonetheless, man, anything else you want to go and discuss about this card, or anything else before we go ahead and dump out of here?
No, I mean, I'm excited. We're kind of getting into the back into routine. All the next fights are gonna be all really good. I forgot what next week. Oberg Reyes? No, it's I looked at it a second ago.
It is Lopez Silva.
Oh yeah, so the UFC Noche. So that's gonna be a fun card. Obviously stacked. We do have some withdrawals out of that, but dude, I'm excited. I'm fucking excited, and we got some big announcements. And I can't wait for Dana to get on Instagram and scream at me saying that he has the main event for fucking UFC.
You know it, dude.
323 or 324 or whatever it may be next.
Uncle Dana, come on, man. Yeah, I'm excited. It felt like we got through this really slow period in the summer. I mean, not really slow, but there was some weeks where
there was moments. I mean, those Apex cards that weren't the biggest were really entertaining still, though.
Yeah, there
was some really entertaining Apex. Like, I give them credit, like, as far as entertainment value. Obviously, they would have been even more entertaining if they weren't in the Apex.
Exactly.
But they were. Shout out to fighters for giving us something fun and serviceable.
For sure, man. Shout out to the fighters. Hope you guys enjoy the fights this weekend. I'm at Josh Soundoff on Twitter. He's at Angel Ortega _1 at Courtside Sound for all things related to the show. Hope you guys enjoyed. Peace.